So for those who know me, I'm an avid reader, especially when it comes to Stoic philosophy. I promise you I'm not going to sit here for the next few minutes preaching you about this, but there were two philosophies of running that I finally understood during the last 4 weeks. They may sound very simple, but harder to incorporate when you first start running. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a weekly marathon recap. I know this is supposed to be a weekly thing, but work has been absolutely busy, so I figured I would get you guys caught up in one video. But before we get into the recap, I wanted to briefly share a couple of philosophies of running, both of them that I've heard before, but I didn't fully quite comprehend them until now. Also, let me know in the comment below if there are other philosophies that you learned in your running journey. I really appreciate all the comments from these videos and the tips and tricks you guys have been providing me. First philosophy is your body has no idea what you are doing. I read in one of those running articles that your body really has no idea how many miles you're running that day. It doesn't know if you're running 5 miles or 20. It just looks at your effort and how long you require that set effort. All this time, I've been evaluating my runs on how far I've been running versus how long I've been running. This is especially true in my easy runs. There are many days in my zone 2 pace where I was so focused on getting to a certain mileage versus having a consistent effort for 45 minutes, which would result to me dipping into the zone 3 or zone 4. So now I just set my mental clock to say, let's just run a zone 2 effort for 30 minutes straight, for example, and not have a mile target. Of course, my training plans will have a mile target, but my extra zone 2 runs that I do, I just solely focus on the time target and not worry about how many miles I'm gathering that week, just how much effort I'm going to be required to do it and for how long. And the second one is trust the process, changes will happen. So there I was catching my breath after a tough interval session in week 4 of my marathon training. And I got an alert on my Runna app. I really wish I had captured this, but it alerted me that I was running and training at a faster pace than the AI was predicting. So they actually adjusted my training plan entirely. So here's the before version and here's the after version. It's saying that I might be able to run my marathon 9 minutes faster. And that's the beauty of this sport, honestly. It rewards you for sticking with it and trusting the process. Like I mentioned in my previous videos, this marathon journey has helped me stay disciplined not only in my runs, but also many other things in my day-to-day. And just by showing up and trying to run my best, changes are happening. For my new runners out there, just stay with it and trust the process. Changes are coming and all you have to do is show up. Another thing I can attribute to trusting the process is that my initial 5K PR was 42 minutes. 5K, right? This is after maybe my first 8 weeks of training. So when I first started in August and did my initial 5K, it was 42 minutes, right? So not great. I felt great afterwards, right? I was like, yeah, this is the fastest, I know, close to the fastest I've ever run. My actual PR race was about a month after, and that's when I ran about a 37 minutes 5K. Blown away. It was fantastic. It felt great afterwards. However, now, with my training and because I've been staying consistent and trusting the process, I'm actually getting my 5K PRs during my training. So like, for example, in week 4, I actually reached my 5K PR at 36 minutes something, which is faster than my initial PR that I ran at the race. Just trust the process. It's a long journey, but even after 4 to 5 months of training, I've already seen significant improvements, and it's not me necessarily pushing too hard. Just stick with it, do your zone 2s, do your training plans, hydrate, take care of yourself, and stick with it. Just show up every single week, and that's what's really been the biggest thing. Honestly, there have been moments where I would reflect back and just say, I quit, this is not for me, this is too difficult, I probably would have backed out. But I just said, you know what, let's just try this run. It's going to be tough, it's going to be bad, and I've had pretty bad runs in the past. But I just said, you know what, that run is done, and now I'm looking towards my easy run or my long run, whatever it is, right? Just get it through, show up, get it done, and honestly, the changes will start to happen as you train more. All right, let's get you guys caught up with week 2 to 5 of my 25-week marathon training. We're going to go this very quickly and not run by run. Also, feel free to follow me on Strava. You guys can see exactly what kind of workouts I do with my run and training plan. I pretty much copy and paste them. So if you guys actually want to replicate some of them, you can. And it has my pacing and all that kind of stuff. So by all means, follow me there and you guys can follow along too. All right, so for week 2, we had a 3.5 mile easy run on Monday, pyramid intervals on Tuesday with various but challenging paces, over and under miles on Wednesday. And I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to stay motivated to have to do workouts back-to-back days. Finally, I finished the week off at 5.5 miles for my long run at a conversational pace. The one thing I have noticed is my zone 2 pace has decreased to almost 12.45 miles, whereas I was going about 13:30 in my previous miles about a month and a half ago. And then we had week 3, which was a week where I really felt good and started pushing the pace during my runs. Of course, at a proper level where I'm not risking injury. We had the rolling 800s on Monday. These were definitely tough workouts because you had to push the pace, but you get no recovery in between. So it's kind of hard to gauge whether or not I want to push myself to the max. Then I had a 3.5 mile easy run on Tuesday, which I did on a treadmill. Wednesday, I had the 800 meter repeats, which is a half a mile at 10:45 pace, and then 90 seconds rest times 5. Finally, I had a 6 mile hotspot run, which was definitely challenging as I had to pick up the pace to around 11:05 for half a mile midway through run. It felt good to run long distances, but this was also when I was testing out the Zoom Fly 6, which isn't the best for long runs. See my review here. And week 4 was my first deload week of the program, and unlike my previous deload weeks, I truly considered this my recovery week. I didn't necessarily go out there and run too much. We had the rolling 400s, which was at a much slower speed compared to last week, and shorter run at around 2.75 miles. A fast 8:42 run, which helped me max out my top speed. And then finally, a 4.5 mile easy run, which was around my conversational pace of 12 minutes 32. All right, and then week 5 was post-deload week, and I was ready to go. I was energized. Unfortunately, Mother Nature had rain in the forecast, so I can only run one of my runs outside. And that was the 400 meter repeats, which was on Monday. And I really pushed it on my last 2 400s. And guess what? I hit my 5K PB during a training session. Day 2, I had the easy run at 3.5 miles, which was, I ended up doing 4 because I felt great. And then on Wednesday, I had a over and under for 1 kilometer, which was the toughest workout of the week. The fastest paces at 1 kilometer were brutal, but I got through it. And technically, I also did get a 5K PB there, but I guess Rana just ignored my treadmill workout, I guess. I don't know. And then to finish off the week, I had my longest run so far, which is a 7-mile long run with a block in the middle of it. I ran these in Superblast 2, so it felt amazing and smooth. I wish I could have run more outdoors, but unfortunately, in the long run, I just did on a treadmill, which can get a little boring. But at least I got caught up with the Lioness series on Paramount Plus, which was still a win. Well, there you have it. Wrapped up 4 weeks of training plan in one video for you guys. Next up, I will have a shoe review followed by another weekly recap for my week 6. I do have a poll out there on my channel to see which shoe review you guys would want. I believe the Adidas Evo SL is currently in the lead. Also, let me know if there's any other shoes that I may have not mentioned that you guys want me to review. Again, it's so much fun to do shoe reviews. I have really expanded on what I think of some of my shoes that I run on a daily basis. There are a couple of shoes that I thought I loved, and then now I'm running in some of the other ones. I'm just like, do I really love it? I don't know. But yes, it looks like the Evo SL is leading, but I will be eventually going through all the shoe reviews that I have listed on there. But for now, let's just go one by one. So probably do the Evo SL first, and then I'll do the long-term Superblast review right after that. Also, let me know in the comments what have been your biggest challenges in your running journey. I've had a lot of people reach out to me in this channel about what they are going through. They're also new and beginner runners, slower runners like myself, and it's amazing to see all the comments on there and also see that we are all as a collective a part of this journey. Just continue to comment. Let me know how you guys are progressing as well. This is more just about me also learning from you guys and not only just talking about my journey, but also relating it to you guys and see what you guys have been working on as well. So please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.